Hello wonderful students and welcome back to English with Mehmet. In today's video, we'll discuss the difference between using is and are. This topic might seem very easy, but you might be surprised by the various ways these words are used and the common mistakes English speakers make with them. For example, should we say there is a lot of people or there are a lot of people? Should it be either way is fine or either way are fine? We'll cover all of this in today's lesson. Let's dive into the lesson on is and are. The basic explanation is that both are present simple forms of the verb to be. For example, he, she, and it use is, while you, we, and they use are. So you'd say that the cat is on the sofa. The cats are in the garden. Pretty easy, right? Now let's discuss collective nouns. These nouns refer to the groups of people or things, and using is or are with them can be a bit more complex. In British English, you can generally use either is or are with collective nouns, depending on how you view the group. If you view a collective noun as many separate individuals, you should use are. If you see it as a single unit or idea, use is. In British English, you generally can't go too wrong with either choice. For example, you might say the government are working on new policies, thinking of the members as individuals, or our team is playing well today, considering the team as a single identity. However, in American English, is usually preferred. The government is, our team is. There are some exceptions, of course. For instance, the police always takes are in both British and American English. The police are investigating a serious crime. Also, when a collective noun is followed by another plural noun, we always use are. My family are doctors. The group are artists. Nouns like measles and maths can be confusing. For example, we say measles is a nasty disease and maths is pretty tricky. Note that in British English, maths is short for mathematics, whereas in American English, it's just math with no S. The issue with is and are in this context is less noticeable in American English since math doesn't sound plural. In British English, however, maths can trick you into thinking it's plural, but it's not. Now let's move on to another confusing topic, compound subjects. This refers to sentences with more than one noun or pronoun as a subject. When two nouns are joined by and, they are followed by are. For example, in the sentence, Jane and Jack are living in London at the moment. We use are because Jane and Jack are joined by and. On the other hand, when subjects are joined by or, the verb must agree with the last subject mentioned. For example, Jane or Jack is working from home. We use is because we are referring to the last noun, which is Jack. Another example is the Taylors or the Browns are my closest neighbors. When using or between subjects, the verb should agree with the last noun or pronoun in the pair. In this case, Browns is plural, so we use are to match the plural noun. Now let's talk about something I sometimes struggle with as an English teacher, there is and there are. It seems straightforward. Use there is with a singular or uncountable noun and there are with a plural noun. For example, there is a dog sitting under my car. This is singular. There is some salt in the cupboard, and this is uncountable. There are 4 huskies in the park. Huskies are plural. We also often use contractions like there's for there is when listing items. If the first item is singular, use is. If it is plural, use are. This is the rule to follow. According to most modern textbooks and common usage, in a list where the first item is plural, we use are. As in, there are bananas, apples, and a huge cucumber for sale. The first item in the list is a plural noun, so are is used. However, if a singular noun comes first, as in, there is a restaurant and 2 sandwich shops over there, we use is. In informal speech, people often use there is before plural nouns, which can happen if someone is speaking before fully thinking through their sentences. For example, you might hear someone say, there is oranges in the fridge, which is informal and should be avoided in exams or formal writing, but it's common in everyday speech. Some more examples include, there's a lot of students at school, or there's 5 patients waiting to see the doctor. While not perfect grammar, these forms are commonly heard. Next, let's talk about indefinite pronouns like everybody, everyone, anybody, and anyone. After these pronouns, use is. As in, everyone is going to join the community event. or is someone available to help with the project. Regarding either and neither, you can use either pronunciation like either or neither, or either and neither. Choose the one you prefer. For example, you might say either and neither, or either and neither. The pronunciation varies and either choice is acceptable. Either and neither should be followed by a singular noun and is, as in either option is suitable for the meeting and neither candidate is qualified for the position. However, either or and neither nor can be followed by singular or plural nouns. Use is when the subjects are singular and are when they are plural. For example, neither Jack nor Jane is sad. This is singular. And neither the cakes nor the cookies are delicious. This is plural. Let's wrap up with a little quiz. There are 5 questions and I'll give you 5 seconds to think about each one. Ready? Let's go! What do you think? Is it is or are? The answer is. Physics is, because physics is treated as a singular subject. What do you think? Is it is or are? The answer is are. The birds and squirrels is a plural subject. What do you think? Is it is or are? The answer is because either restaurant is singular. What do you think? Is it is or are? The answer is. In American English, my family is planning is preferred, though British English might use are. Is it is or are? The answer is are. There are various products because the first item in the list, various products, is plural. So how did you do? Share your score out of 5 in the comments. I'd love to know if this lesson helped you understand the difference between is and are. I really hope you enjoyed today's lesson. See you. Goodbye.